For the past 14 years, he's helped transform over 21,000 clients. He was the first one to popularize 30-minute fat loss workouts in El Paso and Las Cruces. He's changed the fitness industry in the U.S.-Mexico border. He's the trainer's trainer and has helped hundreds of fitness enthusiasts become trainers. Over the last 7 years, he's helped thousands of kids in need through his charitable contributions. He's the CEO of Raw Fitness, voted #1 gym by the City magazine. He is the king of weight loss, a master in success mindset, transformation genius. He's the man on a mission to change 1 million lives by 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise and put your hands together for Mr. Octavio Urias.
What's going on? How's it going today? I hope you're doing awesome. Seems like we're live on Facebook, we're live on Instagram. Let me tell you something. I am excited today, but I'm also a little bit pissed off. And that's gonna benefit you because I am pissed off because some people have doubted me. Some people said, oh, you do this giveaways, but I don't see the prices. So you know what? I believe in proving people wrong and proving myself right. So to prove it right now, I'm gonna give away, I have 10 trips to Vegas for 2 people right here each. So 20 people are gonna go to Vegas for 3 days, 2 nights, all right? So if you wanna win one of these trips, stay tuned. Let me know how you're doing. I need your participation. So how is your day going? Are you watching from work? From which city? From El Paso, from Juarez, from Cruces, from California, from San Antonio. I know some people from San Antonio watch. Let me know where you're watching. I wanna hear from you. I'm gonna give away 10 prizes if you have the right answers for this, all right? I hope your day is going great. Today, we're gonna talk about a few important things. The summer's coming, right? Summer's coming, and I know, when you go to the pool, when you go to the beach, you don't wanna sit down and have your stomach make a face, right? You don't want your kids to call you, Mommy, you're cute like Shamu, right? You don't want any of those things to happen to you, right? And I don't want that to happen to you because I know how painful it is to be self-conscious about your body. All right, so I'm gonna teach you the basic things, how to make fat loss super simple diet-wise. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do with your diet, if we call it a diet, right? So that you can stop being overwhelmed and stop being confused with all these trends that are going on and just choose the foods you like and know how much of each you can eat and lose belly fat, okay? So let me know, I wanna hear from you. And let's start with this. First trip to Vegas, 2 people. I'm giving away 10 of them because I'm pissed off because some people have been doubting that I'm not doing this giveaway. So yesterday we gave 7 trips on Instagram. Today I'm gonna go ahead and give 10. What do you gotta do? Like, comment, share, answer the questions. So first of all, let me know. Let's start with the first question since we're talking about fat loss made easy. And by the way, if you're not a client and you don't want to do any guesswork, you want my team and I to help you do that, go to raw21days.com. We have a 21-day spring clean detox promotion right now for only $37. Go check it out at raw21days.com and you can see all the details. All right? So back on track. Who's going to win the first trip? First one's going to be easy. Let me get my marker here. 10 trips right now. Fat loss made easy. So what is the #1 thing you have to control for you to lose body fat? First person, I'm gonna pick from Facebook or Instagram. We're live on both, so whoever answers first. What is the #1 thing you need to control diet-wise, food-wise, for you to lose body fat? Let me know as the answers start to come in.
Somebody said calories.
Calories, okay. That is correct. Who said that?
MJS Parra.
MJS Parra, congratulations. You are going to Vegas, baby. 2 people, 3 days, 2 nights, hotel paid. You take care of the flight and the taxes. I pay for your room, okay? So do me a favor. What was the name, MJ?
MJS Parra.
MJS Parra. Go ahead and send me a direct message. Inbox me your address so that I can mail you this, okay? 1 down, 9 to go. So the first thing you gotta control is calories. This is by far the #1 factor, okay? What types of foods? It's very, very, very far away in distance as far as importance. Okay, of course it is important, but we're just talking about body fat. Then, like if you could eat the best foods, but you're not controlling calories, you're not gonna lose weight. So good answer right there. So you need for body fat, you need a calorie deficit, meaning your body needs to burn more calories that you're consuming. When you get in this state of a calorie deficit, you lose body fat. Okay, regardless of what you're eating. Now I don't want to just open the doors and say go eat Oreos and ice cream all day, but this is by far the number one. This is the king, the queen of body fat. You have to control the calories. After that, tell me, what is it that you need to control so that you can lose body fat? Whoever has the right answer gets the second trip. Once you've created a calorie deficit, what's the next step for you to control so that you can actually lose body fat? Whoever has the first one, by the way, let me make things clear, okay? Because last time we were doing live like this and giving the prices, somebody won, and then later that day somebody complained, no, I answer first. So just know, it's the first person that we see on the screen, because sometimes people go back and comment as a replay and it might show like it was earlier in the video. So the first person Facebook or Instagram show us in our screen, okay? Sometimes there's a delay with a signal or Facebook or Instagram, so whoever we see first, please don't be mad if it wasn't you, okay? So what's the answer? Who has it?
The first person that said was Muñeco Super, and it was portion control.
That's not exactly what I'm looking for. Because portion control would be under calorie deficit. For you to be in a calorie deficit, you're gonna have to control those portions. But once, let's say your calorie deficit is gonna be 1,500 calories. Just to say a number, okay? Everybody's different, but let's just say. So once you know that your portions need to be hitting 1,500 a day, what's next? If you can have the answer for me.
Do you want me to tell you the second person?
Yeah, who else is commenting?
The second person was Mando1738, and he said carbs.
Not carbs.
The third person said water intake.
No. Okay, that was 3. So you guys failed at this one. Okay, I've been talking about this for so long, and if you've been following, I'm kind of shocked that you don't have the answer to this one. Okay, come on. We've been talking about this for years, and you still don't have it. Once you control your calories, next thing to control is gonna be your protein intake, okay? Now, if you're training hard, tell me, how much protein do you need? If you have the answer to that, I'm gonna give you the trip. And you're gonna go with a friend or your significant other or whoever you wanna take to Vegas, okay? If somebody has the answer, read it out loud for me. Once you control your calories, you go into a calorie deficit. Protein will be the next factor that you're gonna need to track. What is it?
First person that answered said 10 grams.
Huh?
10 grams.
10 grams, just like that? Nope.
Yeah. The second person said 25 grams per meal.
20? Nope. I'm gonna give you one more opportunity. Three strikes or you're out.
2 to 4 portions. Is this the next person?
No. Okay, so you strike. Now again, everybody's different. We can't just generalize, but just as a general rule, because it depends on how much you're training. But if you're training hard, if you're pretty active, we're gonna go for at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. Okay? So what that means is, if you weigh, I don't know, I'm actually gonna calculate this for you. If you want me to calculate it for you for free right now, tell me how much you weigh and I'll do this for you. Okay, so 1 gram per pound of body weight. That would be the second piece that we need to control. So I'm gonna wait for the answer. If somebody wants me to help you, if you want me to help you, track exactly how much protein and how much carbs and how much fats you need to eat per day, post in the comments how much you weigh.
First person that posted was Teresa. She said 137 pounds.
137 pounds. So Teresa weighs 137 pounds. And I don't know everything about her, but just with what we know, because we're talking in terms of losing body fat, we need to create a calorie deficit. So that would be the first thing to start. to start. So there's many trackers online. You can download an app. You can go online, calculate how many calories you need to eat per day. Because if you tell me 137, I can't just tell you a specific answer. It depends how old you are, your your gender, your lifestyle. If you're very active, semi-active, if you're very sedentary, all those things come into consideration. So if you go to this program or app or whatever you want to use to calculate your calories, you'll enter all that and it'll calculate you. It'll give you an estimate, okay? But once you have those calories, then you're gonna do this 137. So that's gonna be that's your body weight. So you do 1 gram per pound, right? So that means that Teresa's gonna be hitting 137 grams a day of protein, okay? And I'm still with 8 trips right here. No, 9, right? Yes, we still have 9. Yeah, so 9. You better pay attention because I'm giving away 10 trips right now, or at least this week if you guys can come up with the answer. So 137, let me put this down here. And each gram of protein, just so you know how it's gonna work with the calories. So each gram of protein, it's 4 calories. So 137 times 4 calories. And how much does that give us? I don't have my calculator. I don't have. Actually, I do have a. No, we're using my phone for the live. So can somebody multiply 4 by 137 and tell me what that is? 137 times 4. How much is that?
No answers yet.
Okay, somebody help us. 137 times 4. Let me see if there's a calculator there. How much is it?
548.
548?
548.
Is that accurate? Can we trust you?
Somebody else said it. 3 persons are saying it, so yes, we can trust.
So 548? All right, we trust you. So 548 calories are coming from protein, okay? Now, if you weigh 137 pounds and you're a female, just a guess, you're gonna be around somewhere between 1,200 to 1,500 calories a day to lose body fat. And again, for some people it might be more, for some people it might be less. It really depends your lifestyle and how much muscle mass you have versus how much body fat. But let's just call it that you're gonna be at, let's just say you're gonna be at 1,300 calories, okay? And again, this is not an exact number. You have to find that out. But let's say we're shooting for 1,300. So out of the 1,300, we have 548 from protein. How many calories do we have left? So this, how many calories? If somebody can do the math. So 1,300 minus 548 calories, that's gonna tell us how much calories we have left, how many calories we have left for carbs and fats, since we already figured out the protein. So somebody help me. 1,300 minus 548.
752.
Can we trust you? Is there more answers?
2 people.
700 and what?
3 people now. 752.
752 calories. So that's what we have left. And this is going to be split between the other 2 macronutrients, fats and carbs. Now, for a long time, probably like you, I thought that carbs were the stuff that make you fat. And then in the 90s, we were conditioned that fat was the devil, right? It was evil and we shouldn't eat any fats, right? Well, you actually need the 3 micronutrients. So for a while, because I was trying to get super lean, I cut everything out and I was just trying to live off of protein. Well, that's not gonna work very well because guess what? When you deplete your body from all the nutrients or from all the carbs, and you have to rely on protein, just protein, your body is smarter than that. Your body's actually gonna convert that protein into glucose, into carbs, to use that as energy, right? Because it's more efficient to use it as fuel. So that's a process called gluconeogenesis. So don't think you're gonna fool your body because you take out all the carbs. Your body's gonna figure out a way to survive. So I made the mistake and I tried to cut out all the fats. I tried to cut out all the carbs and it wasn't effective. At least it was not sustainable. So here's what I want you to do. You're gonna need to have the 3 micronutrients. Why? Because each of them are used for a certain thing in your body. And if you take them out, you're not gonna feel as good, okay? So this is about getting lean, losing the weight, losing the fat, but also make it a process that actually is sustainable. I mean, what's good about losing 20, 30 pounds and then gaining them right back because you couldn't stick to it, right? So we have 752 with calories. What would be the third thing? Here's the third thread that I'm gonna give away. What will be next after we control calories for calorie deficit? We track the protein. Now what's left? All right, again, here I'm giving you a clue. We have 752 calories. What would be the next factor in here so that we can do body fat?
First person
says what?
Water.
No.
Second person said fats.
Fats? No.
Those are the only answers so far.
Okay, we have the third strike. Let's see if you get it.
Somebody said exercise.
Exercise. Well, of course, exercise is a non-negotiable, right? I mean, but right now we're focusing today's topic for this video, we're focusing on nutrition only. We're going to talk about exercise on a different day because there's many different things of exercise you can do right and you can do wrong. But nutrition-wise, once we calculated calories, protein, what would be next?
The fourth person that said something was carbs.
We have to figure something out with these calories. Where are these calories going to come from? Somebody says fat, somebody says carbs, somebody says water. You're close, but nobody's getting the actual answer.
Everybody else saying carbs, portions.
Well, it's actually both carbs and fats. So nobody had the complete answer. Carbs and fats. And I'm going to go to the next page actually. By the way, if you want to take all the guesswork out of this and you want me to tell you exactly this is your breakfast, this is your snack, this is your lunch, this is what you're going to do for exercise, and actually have a trainer with you, pushing you, supporting you, teaching you the right way to do it, go to raw21days.com. We have a 21-day detox right now. It's dirt cheap. It's $37. It takes all the guesswork out of it. It's going to help you lose body fat, cleanse your body, gives you the training with the trainers for 3 weeks, gives you the meal plans, the recipes, everything you need. Anyway, no more plug, let's do this. So we have 752 calories to work with, right? And we need to figure out both fats and carbs. Okay, again, you could pick one if you want to go keto and just have fats and protein, or if you want to go cut all the fats and just have carbs, or I mean, there's many ways to the same destination. However, the way you're gonna feel the best is by keeping the 3 macronutrients in it. Okay, that's what we found the most success with because it's more enjoyable, more sustainable, and you don't get tired as much. I mean, imagine if you're just eating fat every single day, or if you're like you take out the carbs and you're a carb lover, right? And you take out the carbs and you plan to not eat carbs for the rest of the year. Probably gonna be very tough. Okay, so fats, here's the number. Each gram of fat is 9 calories. Each gram of carbs is 4 calories, just like protein. So we said that we already have 548 calories from protein. Okay? And we said that really what we're shooting for with Teresa is an estimated of 1,300 calories a day, right? 548 from protein, and this is what we have left. Well, here's the good news. The fats and the carbs can go up and down as you choose, as you like, as you prefer, okay? And they won't make a big difference in fat loss. As long as you're hitting your daily calories and your daily protein. If this doesn't move, if we keep this set, if we track this, and if we're hitting this, if we equate for calories and protein, this too can move. So you can go high carb, low fat, or you can go high fat, low carb, or you can go half and half. Whatever you want to do with these calories, there's enough research and experiments now that show that if this is controlled, this too won't make that much of a difference. So if you're that person that has this huge sweet tooth, like you cannot live without carbs, then good news. You don't have to completely eliminate carbs as long as you hit this, right? So let's see. This is just one example, okay? Let's say that you want to keep your carbs in there and you want to keep a pretty decent amount of carbs. So let's say you're gonna equate, since this one's the same as protein, let's say, this is just one way to do it, but let's say that we're gonna do the same thing you're doing with protein and we're gonna do it in carbs. So this is 137 grams a day. So this would be the same. Okay. How much is this if we add it up? By the way, this is a lot of carbs. I mean, unless you're eating ice cream, that's not a lot of carbs. But if you're eating pretty clean, that's a lot of carbs. That's like carbs in every meal. So we got what? 10. If we add the, yeah, we add this to, what is it?
1,096.
Okay. So that's what we have so far. Now, 1,300. This one minus this one.
1,300 minus.
204.
Yes, 204.
So if we subtract this two, we get 204 calories, and that would be from fat. So 204 calories from fat. That means every gram is 9 calories. So 204 divided by 9, how many grams of fat would that be?
22.6.
See, this is a low fat intake. 22.6, that's a low fat intake. A lot of people like to make this the same, but you don't have to. Now, let's say you're carb intolerant. You eat carbs, you get sluggish, you get bloated, you get swollen, your joints hurt. Then, this is gonna be too high carb. Let's say you prefer to go with more fat, okay? So let's say we're gonna cut your carbs in half. What's 137 divided by 2?
68.5.
So let's say, let me do it over here. So let's say 548 from protein stays the same, which is 137 grams. By the way, we'll get to how each meal is gonna look shortly. And if you answer my questions, you win a trip to Vegas. And if you wanna make sure you get rid of all this guesswork and you just get a plan like read it, eat it, then go to raw21days.com to check out our current promo. Okay, so let's say we're gonna go, you said it was what, 68?
68.
So 68 grams of carbs. Now let's multiply 68 times 4 calories so that we know how many of those calories are coming from carbs.
272.
272. Now, proteins and carbs added up. How much do we have? 548 plus 272.
820.
820. Okay. Now we're trying to hit 1,300 calories a day, right? So 1,300 minus 820. How much do we have left?
480.
So we have 480 calories left for fats. Okay. Now 480 calories from fat. Let's divide it. We know that fats are 9 calories each. So 480 divided by 9.
53.3.
53.3 grams of fat a day. Let's say that we're gonna go, I mean, we can go with either of this, by the way. This is kind of like a moderate, like very in the middle for carbs and fats are pretty balanced. Some people like to go high carb, low fat. Some people like to do the opposite. This would be very sustainable. This will be completely sustainable. Let me show you why. So if we have 137, so now what we want to do is how do you hit this every day? So here's the thing. I'm gonna adapt this to your preference. So if Urias, if you're watching, tell me, do you have a busy schedule? Can you eat 5 to 6 meals a day, or is that completely not doable with your lifestyle? I know some of you have multiple jobs. You have 3, 4 kids, and you take a lot of stuff, care of a lot of stuff. So for some of you, maybe having 6 Tupperwares of meals per day, it's not going to be very doable, and maybe you need to go with 4 or 3 meals a day, bigger meals. Or maybe you're hungry all the time, so you need multiple meals a day. So this is something that we can do with your preference. I've had success with 6, 7 meals a day, and I've had success with as low as 2 meals a day with intermittent fasting. As long as you control this too, you'll be fine. So tell me what you want to do. How many meals a day is it sustainable for you to do? And I'll do it for you like that.
She answered busy lifestyle but can't eat 5 times a day.
Okay, so let's say we go with 5 times a day. So now what we need to do is we divide each of this in 5 meals. Okay, so let's divide 137 grams divided by 5.
27.4.
You know what? Let me just go to the other side here so that it's easier. Okay, let's do this. Protein, carb, fat. We need 137 here, 68 here, and 53.3. Let's just call it 53. This is what we need per day, okay? Now, if we're gonna have 5 meals, then let's divide 137 by 5. What do we get?
27.4.
27.4 per meal. Carbs, 68 divided by 5.
13.6.
13.6 per meal. Fats, 53.
10.6.
10.6 per meal. Now, yes.
She also said that she's currently doing intermittent fasting.
Okay, so if you're doing intermittent fasting and you're getting 5 meals, that's you're eating like almost every 90 minutes. So if you're doing intermittent fasting, you could actually go with less meals and just have bigger meals. But this is just really a preference. Again, like I said, the most important thing is gonna be that you hit these 2 numbers. And other than that, things can move a little bit. You can have some flexibility. So there's people that would want to do it like this: 5 balanced meals throughout the day, and just have this every single meal. We've also seen a lot of success with breaking this in not combining carbs and fats. So this could be one scenario, okay? Another scenario could be, which is like the meal plan we do with our 6-week challenge. I'll give you one of our insights. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meals. Okay, these 2 are liquid meals. These 2 are solid. These 3 are solid meals, just because it's easier to do. But what we do is we have protein on all of them. We have carbs early in the day, and then we have fats early in the day. So this wouldn't be per meal. You would divide the carbs in 2 meals, for example, or 3 meals, right? So if we did that, let's try that scenario. So protein would stay the same. So it would be 27.4 of protein, and that would be the same for all of them, okay? As far as carbs, let's say we're gonna break them in 2 meals. What's 68 divided by 2?
34.
You could have 34 grams of carbs. What if we divide it in 3 meals? 68 divided by 3.
22.6.
22.6. So either one of those, right? What was the first one? 34?
34.
So 34 if you wanted to go in just those 2. Or 23?
22.3.
22.3 if you want to break it down. 22 if you want to break it down in 3 meals. And then you would do the same with the fats. If you want to break down the fats in 3 meals, then you would write it here, right? What would be 53 divided by 3?
17.6.
17.6, right? Or if you went ahead and carb the first 3 meals, then what would be 53 divided by the last 2 meals?
26.5.
26.5. See? That's like a whole avocado or more. So really, what I want you to take away from this is to not be overwhelmed. I know this could be a little confusing because we're throwing all these numbers and terms and everything. But the biggest takeaway here is you don't have to have a specific, the only way I'm gonna lose the fat is to do the keto diet. Or the only way to do the fat is to do the 21-day detox diet. There's many ways to the same destination. The most effective way is, or actually, the non-negotiable is to maintain this. Whatever calories you need, in this case is 1,300, that doesn't mean that's for you. You can go online and track your calories to find out where your calorie intake should be for the day. But once you track calories and protein, these things can move. And really, here's something that I want you to remember that we covered last week. The 3 non-negotiables of a successful meal plan. Oh, by the way, actually, I haven't even covered this. Now, where you get proteins, carbs, and fats, not all calories are created equal, right? So 68 grams of carbs from Oreos are not going to be the same as 68 grams of potato or of fruits and vegetables. Totally different. But again, just body fat loss, if you control the calories and the protein, you will lose body fat. Now, if you want to get more elite and look amazing, right? And you want to be, not just look great, but feel great, then what you want to do is have these foods that are nutrient dense. What does that mean, nutrient dense? Let's see, nutrient. So what I want you to do is look beyond just calories and fats and carbs. And carbs, fats, or calories, 10 grams are 10 grams, okay, period. But what else comes with those 10 grams, okay? Does it have vitamins with it? Does it have antioxidants with it? Does minerals come with it, right? That's what I mean with nutrient dense. So you want to have the higher nutrient possible. And what I mean here is not macronutrients, but micronutrients. You need your vitamins, you need your electrolytes, okay? So good quality foods. Don't get all your carbs from ice cream, then think that you're gonna feel great, right? You can lose weight if you're in a calorie deficit, but you're probably not gonna feel that great, right? You're not gonna be performing as an elite mom or dad. So 3 keys that are non-negotiable. What? We talked about it. The calories, right? The calories and the protein. And after that, you can do whatever you want as far as nutrients, as carbs and fats. Nutrient dense, right? And by nutrient dense, I would include here, you need your water intake. That's part of driving all those nutrients in place. What would be the third or the second one? The second number one. I call them number one because they are all as important. You cannot live without one or the other and be successful. If you tell me what goes here, by the way, I covered this like a week or 2 ago. If you tell me, look what I have here. I have more trips to Vegas. Vacation accommodation certificates. You want to win this? Tell me what's the answer. Once we control carbs, proteins, we have the right nutrients in place. If you want to lose body fat and keep it off, what would it be?
The first person that answered said sleep.
Super important. However, today we're talking nutrition-wise. Because I know somebody was talking about exercise too. Non-negotiable as well. But today it's a nutrition topic. In a different day, we'll talk about sleep, we'll talk about exercise. Nutrition-wise, what's the one thing missing here?
The second person to answer said protein.
No, we already have protein here.
The third person to answer said exercise again.
No, not exercise. All those are negotiable, not negotiable, but nutrition-wise. Okay, just nutrition-wise.
So the fourth person to
This is the one, I know it, I can feel it. What is it?
micronutrients.
It's already here. No, come on. Somebody get this, please. I want to get rid of the strips. I want to prove people wrong that this is not a scam. I am literally giving this away. If you want a trip, by the way, inbox me your address. We'll mail it to you. What's the next answer?
The person said supplements.
No. Because supplements will go under protein, under calories, under the micronutrients.
Another person said water.
Water's already in here?
Those are the only answers.
Come on, people. Nobody wants to go to Vegas. All right, I'll take those trips. You have to be compliant. You have to be compliant with it. See, 9 out of 10 diets work. There's over 4,000 diets and nutrition books published right now in the US alone. Guess what? You are not gonna get fit by reading a book or reading a diet. You only get the results when you comply with it. See, 9 out of 10 diets work when you stick with it. So my thing is, because I've fallen off the wagon many times and I've been like gun-ho many times, and I've been in amazing shape, like competition shape, and I've been like fat and chunky and with cellulite in my used to be abs, right? From a 6-pack, 8-pack to having cellulite here in the love handle. Like, I've been everywhere in between. I've been up and down 70 pounds through this journey. The number one thing that most people miss is they don't follow a plan that's sustainable. See, if you hate bananas, don't force yourself to eat bananas every day. You can't do the banana diet, right? If you hate sweet potato, you can't do the sweet potato diet, right? But let's say you love seafood, right? And I've done the seafood diet too, right? Like, I see food and I eat it. And that's how I got to 200 pounds. That might not sound like a lot, but for someone as short as I am, it's a lot. I was chunky. But let's say you love seafood, then seafood should be part of your diet. That will count as your protein source. And again, you hit those calories, you hit those proteins, and you'll be fine. Let's say that you love berries or strawberries. Well, that could be a great option for your fruit source, right? Let's say you hate broccoli. Well, you might eat broccoli here and there. It has some amazing benefits, one of the best foods out there. But guess what? If you try to have broccoli on 5 meals of your day, every day, it's not sustainable. You're gonna hate it, you're gonna be miserable, and you're not gonna stick to it. Now, some of us are very disciplined. Like I've told you before, I could eat this if I know this was gonna get me results, but chances are most people are not gonna do that. You still wanna enjoy your life, so you have to do something sustainable. That's why I came here today and taught you how to break it down, how to figure out exactly where you need to be at, how much protein. After this, you should be able to know, right? And if you join in late today, you can watch the replay. We're gonna leave the replay up here on Facebook and Instagram. You can go watch it and run the numbers for yourself as I go ahead and explain it. Or if you just wanna get rid of the guesswork, then go to raw21days.com and check out our 21-day detox promo. It's dirt cheap, it's awesome, and we only have 50 spots per location. The website is raw21daydetox.com. We have another question?
There's a question. They're asking, is it bad to start the day with a liquid meal than a solid one?
Absolutely not. Whatever works for you. You can start with a liquid meal, you can start with a solid meal. Now, here's what I like to do. And this resonates a lot with people. And the reason I understand this is because I'm busy myself. So if you want it to be sustainable, and let's say you're gonna hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meals like the rest I was wanting to do, right? How do you start your day? Do you have time to cook and prepare everything and sit down and eat it? Or are you usually rushing out? And I mean, you could get up earlier, but you don't want to. And you're gonna have more time to have a solid meal with a little bit more time, not as rushed in the middle of the morning. Then you can start with a liquid meal and just do a shake, right? As long as you hit your proteins, your carbs, your fats, it could be a shake. Put everything in a blender, and then later you can have your solid meal, right? Or you could do the opposite. Maybe you have time to get a solid meal here and prepare it, and later in the day you're not going to be able to because maybe at work you don't get a break in the mid-morning. You have to wait till lunch, so you can't bring out your food or go get food. Then you bring your liquid meal with you, right? You do the opposite, and that's fast. And the third meal would land at your lunch break, for example. So that could be a solid meal. Okay, now in the middle of the afternoon, maybe you're gonna have to be in traffic, getting off of work or picking up the kids. Well, you're not gonna be driving and eating your chicken breast or your seafood or your sweet potato or whatever, right? So then a liquid meal could work here, right? Later, you're gonna be at home, you're gonna, for dinner, you can't have solid meal. Or maybe you work a night shift or something like that and you have to leave, then you switch this too. Really, you can, as long as you hit the numbers that we talked about, as long as you're hitting what you need to be hitting, and it's sustainable, right? You control this too. You're getting nutrient-dense foods, you're getting your water intake, and the stuff that we didn't talk about today, right? Of course, supplements, exercise, sleep, that's a whole nother conversation. We'll cover that in the next few days. But nutrition-wise, I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that this has answered some of your questions. Let me know, by the way, if this has been helpful, let me know. I want to know if it's helping. I want to know if I should keep doing it. Or maybe there's a topic you want me to cover, you have questions, let me know and we can talk about that. What else we got? We got another comment?
Teresa has a question. When you're doing intermediate fasting, is it better to have your meals at breakfast and lunch or lunch and dinner?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you're going to sustain. With intermittent fasting, the biggest thing is going to be, this doesn't become an exception. If you're intermittent fasting, you're still going to be hitting calories and protein. If you go over your calories, even with intermittent fasting, you'll still gain weight. Okay? But once you control that and it's sustainable and it's micronutrient dense, with intermittent fasting, the biggest thing is to respect the time that you're fasting. So your fasting window, don't break it when it's not supposed to be broken, and your feeding window. So something very popular, doesn't have to be this way, but a lot of people do it this way, and if you're new to intermittent fasting, this is a general guideline to get to. So for 16 hours, you won't eat anything or drink anything with calories. And then you'll consume all of your calories within this time period. These hours can be at whatever time. Some people prefer to eat in the morning. Some people just fail with that because a lot of times towards the end of the day is when you're tired, when you're overwhelmed, and you had a stressful day and you get emotional and you want to reach for the food and you get the sweet cravings at night. So if you're like that, then it's just best to have your eating window at night. So what I want you to do is find what works best for you. If you can go on and stop eating at 12 p.m. and not eat until like all the rest of the day, all night until the next day, then that works for you. But these hours can be at any time as long as you maintain that same period of fasting and eating and feeding throughout the day. And again, you still have to be hitting these things right here that we covered today. If you're gonna eat less meals because you're intermittent fasting, you can just have bigger portions. But again, you have to you have to hit calories and protein for the day, and whatever carbs and fats you set for the day, really. That could come from foods, supplements, food that you prepare, food that you bought at a restaurant. By the way, something I really recommend you, if you're eating out a lot, maybe your work requires you to eat out, you have meetings or lunch with clients or your boss or whatever, and you're not intermittent fasting, you're trying to eat clean, here's a tip. Don't even look at the menu. Just know what you're supposed to have for that day and where that can come from. And don't even look at the menu because chances are they're not going to have something that aligns with your meal plan. And when you look at the menu, you're going to get tempted because you're going to see all the chicken wings and fried this and fried that and calamari and all this stuff that is like super fattening. And you're going to get tempted. And chances are, on top of that, you're going to have the peer pressure of the people you're with and like, oh, come on, you're on a diet? Come on, order one of this or that. Or, we don't go out all the time. All this peer pressure, you know it. So don't look at the menu and just say, hey, I'm not going to order from the menu. Can you just get me X, Y, and Z? And just tell them, hey, I want 8 ounces of steak, cooked medium, with a side of, I don't know, green beans and sweet potato, or whatever comes for your thing here, right? Or I need to have a skinless chicken breast with half an avocado and salad, or whatever you need to hit for that meal. Don't look at the menu because you're gonna get tempted, and chances are whatever's on the menu is not gonna fit within your macros or your calorie needs for the day. Okay? Has this been helpful? Let me know. I have 8 more trips to give away. Nobody has won it. So we're down from 10 to 9. We only gave 1?
Yes.
I thought I lost the page.
No, I think it's only been
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm gonna give away more of these trips. All you gotta do is like, comment, share these videos. I want to reach more people. Not only do I want to help you, and if you're not already my client, go to raw21days.com. Check out our promotion right now. If you're already our client, thank you so much for being with us. You guys rock. You are the best. You make us fulfilled, proud, excited, and make us work hard every day. And if this is helpful, I want to get it out to more people. So as I help you achieve your goals, can you help me achieve my goals of reaching 1 million people by 2023? That's what we're after. We want to do something bigger. I'm passionate about this because fitness not only changed my life, but it saved my life. I came from the worst starting point in fitness. Totally out of shape, totally weak, no knowledge whatsoever, bad genetics. I was shy, I was bullied, I didn't even have the courage to walk into the gym. It took me months to actually thinking about it, to actually stepping in the gym and actually trying to do something and then looking for help. So I know how it is. I know how tough it is to feel self-conscious, to be hiding in pictures or hiding under clothes in the summer. It's just not a nice way to live. Life is so much better, and it could be so much better for you if you were in better shape, if you have more energy, more confidence, a better mindset to handle stress from daily life. If you felt unstoppable, you could have more energy for your stuff that you want to do, for your hobbies, for your spouse, for your kids. I know life could be so much better if you get all these things under control. So as I help you, please, I beg you, Help me reach more people. Like, comment, share this post so most people can see it. And I'll see you next time.